We do have some.
Our crew members. I'll also write mine. But yes, in the meantime, who do we have first?
We have Cliff.
Okay.
Cliff Ombaso.
Okay.
All right, Cliff.
Are you able to hold that so
yes,
we can
sure.
see his? Yeah.
So, Mr. Cliff, I'm just.
Yes. I don't know.
So I'm just gonna be in a position to touch a little bit on the personality dating, what you're valued for, and then on the personality intelligence in business. The rest will be private. So just be assured, I'm not just gonna be here and spill everything out. Yes. The rest is gonna be private. So it's something exciting about you, Cliff. So Mr. Cliff, there's something that is valuable when it comes to the personality dating space. You like things with prior notice. You like being informed before things begin. It's because you might find yourself coming a little bit more on the crumpling side and a little bit more on leaving things as they are. This is remember we said there's the primary and the secondary stage. So that is what people might not see. But one thing about you is you like having an overview of everything before you begin. Have everything on the table before you begin. So some people have understood this, some people have not understood this. I'm starting now on the business intelligence space. But one thing that we value is consistency. Once you grasp or have a grip of something, you move with it. So you are valued for that kind of business acumen that you bring into the space. Once you grab it, you go with it. On the personality dating space, you may come in, like I said, on the crumpling. You do not really love spontaneity. You love your space. You actually value, in fact, that is one thing, but you bring solutions. You take your time, absorb, then deliver. So that's something about you, Mr. Cliff. Please confirm about that. And then we have Joseph Commander. Joseph, now one thing about you, definitely conversations matter. I'm beginning with the personality dating space. You love things in a precise manner. And in fact, if there's anything that irritates you quick, is choice of words. Joseph. When it comes to business, one thing is that you're quiet. It's not because you do not really do not know how to speak or an issue of communication. If that's what you've been thinking about yourself, please change that from today's show. The thing is that you are reserved. But this reservation is not really working out for you. Your ideas need to be more vocal. I know you're the doer. Privately, you can shine there. But in public spaces, you like taking a back step. I think you need to come out strongly. People need to hear what you have. And that's one thing about you, Mr. Joseph. I mean, listen, please guys confirm, because this is very interesting. just whisper in my ear. Please confirm. This is so interesting to know. So Evelyn, one thing about you, definitely, you fall under the space of the folding. If people knew about you, is that one thing, attention to details. I know this has taken you into some corners where you rub off with people, and because of people's opinion or maybe misunderstanding, that has made you more reserved than you need to be. Evelyn, more reserved than you need to be. So one thing about the personality dating space, I think you bring a lot of liveliness. If people knew you, you actually balance that a lot. You're quite lively if given the chance. When it comes to personality intelligence in business, you're valued for your efficiency. I think you can move in real quick. When you get something, you move with it real quick. So that's the balance in each of these spaces. Please confirm, Evelyn. Mark Ndome. Now, Mark Ndome, Mark as well. Anyway, Mark, when it comes to you, I think you have this, there's an ambivert side to you. One key thing about is, I think you're also a very efficient firm communicator. If there's one thing that people have come across, you are very, firm when it comes to communication. You set the standard, and that's great. People come around you because they know you speak things in a manner that people really grasp them. And I think you need to stretch this a bit. If you're to look at this broadly, I think people come to you for also some solutions which you may not really like, but in most cases, people really love the side where you provide direction, even if it means staying alone. That's something about in the business personality space. When it comes to dating, again, you are valued for there's a way you process things, and that also happens out to Evelyn and Mark. I think I do not know in the business space if you work closely in the same department, but I can see there's a connection in terms of there's a way you solve information. You process information very differently. Even for Evelyn and Mark, information is processed very, very differently. So you absorb, then know how to react or to respond. So in Mark's case, you react. In Evelyn's case, you respond. And finally, we have Elsie. Elsie.
Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to write man.
Okay.
I'm like very.
Elsie,
Okay.
there's something, and I think when it comes to on the personality dating space, it's very important that you take your time, and this can go in a challenging space for you. When you take your time, please, now this means you have to increase your volume in terms of explaining yourself, because communication, the silent seasons which you have most of the time, can be misinterpreted. So the challenge in the dating space has been misinterpretation of your silent seasons. So you need to explain yourself on why you're silent, or perhaps you're processing information in a certain way. So that needs to be worked on. Otherwise, I can see a very vibrant person as well when it comes to the personality intelligence in business efficiency. I think you like the background, you just have your thoughts, you just move in quietly. At times, with this nature, paired up with all these people, may put you in a very different space. So I know you like the backgrounds, but sometimes you have to come into the foreground. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is really great about each and every one of you. Can't wait to meet you guys. Yeah.
Mabel did not send hers. Mabel, my producer. Okay, I have mine.
Sure.
I'm gonna bring this to you.
Okay.
But again, like we said, keep sending yours on at NTV Kenya, and this is both on Facebook and on Twitter, so that we'll be able to read. I am terrified, so I'm just
please don't
start.
be. I'll make it. So we need, in fact, maybe most people now can concur with this, because in one of the key things about you is, like we said, there's a vibrance that you have.
Okay.
And people actually love your firmness on things. If there's one thing, people value you for your loyalty. You come in strong for people that you care about. This is a protective nature of you.
Yeah.
So once you come in, this is how now the twister side comes in.
Yeah.
This is when your secondary shoots all the way to the primary. Anything that is of value to you, protective nature comes in real quick for you. So that happens also on the personality dating space. So people value that side of Winnie when she comes in too strong, because loyalty is trust. These things are very valuable to you. Now, when it comes to the business side of things, if there's one person who likes things very clear, very detailed, is Winnie.
100%.
We are not moving in until everything is clear. We have space to understand. Even if things go wrong, please have a plan B to this, so that we move on very efficiently. So in this space, surprises may not work for you, especially if they're coming in from a space where there's not have an overview thinking. So for you, it's depth. Depth of everything.
100%. This is so scary. So scary. Because it's true. It's very true. I'm very protective of the people I care about, 100%. People say I'm stubborn. Because I hold firm my thoughts and my opinions and all those things. Sure. And even in the dating space, I'm told all the time that I am stubborn.
But this is also valuable now about you. Now, when one understands how you respond to different, now we can know now how, perhaps on the personality dating space, on the love language, and also now in the business space, now people know how to approach you. Have everything, Winnie is going to bring it down, but where is everything? You need the ingredients to make this work.
Listen, okay.
Can you imagine, Winnie, this has been in you since age 3, and it's been raw. And that's why we have shows like this, for you to get to know all this has been with you.
This is so interesting to see. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys keep sending yours. Then we'll, I can see Kenneth Owino, who sent his on Twitter.
That's great.
I'm not really sure if we can, because we're trying to source that again, because we need to project it so that Mark can see. But I can't just show you on phone. You might not be able to see that. Or can you do it? Because I can just bring you my phone.
Sure.
So that you're able, even as we sort this other ones, right? Okay. So let me just give this to him so that you're able to see. So there's this is Kenneth.
Kenneth Owino
sent his, and then we have this one, Amendika paragraph, and then there's this other one. So can we start with those 3? So let's start with Kenneth. Yes. I don't know what you can say about Kenneth.
Kenneth, in case you want to know your personality intelligence, I do not know whether you want both, but let me just give you both.
Let's just go with both.
When it comes to personality dating, Kenneth,